Dang, Kojix, I can't believe that, like, we had to wait that long for you to get back.
You
Keep on.
shut your mouth, buddy. Buckaroo. Welcome to the
Polecast!
Today we got the usual, Christian, our beloved editor, our slave that just sits there, who is currently dying after drinking 7-Up cherry. And then we got, LJ, our man who has just woken up from his 1,000-year sleep.
Also dying of 7-Up cherries.
And we got me.
Now currently dying of 7-Up cherry.
Yeah. And today, we know it's been a while, so let's just think of this as like a season 2.
It's a season 1.5, I'd say.
Season 1.5. That makes sense.
But LJ, I know you have something to say about some current events going on.
Wait, but before he does that, I just want to say we have our 2 specials out. We have Christian with his solo covers. And the She Said special finally came out, so yeah.
Indeed.
Back to LJ.
Was that the Bite of 87?
So,
We're talking about FNAF movie.
so something came out recently, guys, the FNAF movie. You've all seen it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, but
on Peacock. Shout out to Peacock.
Did anybody actually watch it in theaters? Like,
you did.
I did.
But did you know that the FNAF movie made 6 times? It was like made with 20 million, and it's making so much. It's like one of the highest box office of.
That's what always happens with Blumhouse, though.
Yeah, you're
Like,
right.
The Purge was more. They made Paranormal Activity. That was like a $5 million budget. That, like, freaking quadrupled it.
Yeah.
Okay, can we talk about the ending of the FNAF movie? They set it up.
Alert!
Oh, yeah, spoilers.
Don't worry, I'm just going to say that they set it up.
No, we did a spoiler alert. If you're currently watching right now, it's your fault.
So, the way they did this, they made it so that William Afton was sitting there dying. Okay? Just like how he did in the first, FNAF movie.
I will put you back to no, wrong one.
The thing is, it looked like they were setting up for a second movie or a sequel.
No, it is. And at the end credit, you could hear the
Didn't they do the
video game?
Also, didn't they do the frick? What's the guy's name?
Mike.
The Living Tombstone. They put his song in the credits.
Yeah.
I listened to that and I sang to it because Living Tombstone. Okay, back
And
to
wait, LJ, I just gotta say, for those of you guys who haven't seen the ending, it's revealed that William Afton in that movie, or Springtrap, was Vanessa's dad,
which
also Mike's employer. What just makes me think is the movies. Well, obviously, like the whole idea and the lore is the same, but is it just gonna be a totally different thing of lore?
It's gonna be so different.
Yeah, for people who don't know, Mike Afton, it goes by Mike Schmidt when he gets hired in the first one as like a cover. And we just know that William Afton is Mike's dad.
Also,
so if it's Vanessa's dad, are they implying that like Mike and Vanessa are somehow related? Like,
no, that's what I don't get. Cause like in the original, wasn't like the family was freaking William Afton, his wife, Michael Afton, the crying child, and then freaking the girl.
Yeah, Elizabeth. But this one it's just Abby.
Like I don't get. Like, it's freaking weird. I don't get why Vanessa's here already. She came in, like, what, freaking 8th game?
Yeah, the newest one. Or, like, 2nd. And then here's the thing. Instead of, Mike's brother dying as a kid from, like, an animatronic bear, instead he just got kidnapped by William Afton.
And, like, that main guy, the guy that was possessing Freddy, why was he also possessing Golden Freddy? Like, remember that? Yeah, remember the, like,
Cassidy.
Remember the, like, blonde boy?
Yeah.
That possessing Freddy? Like,
yeah.
Remember when the Golden Freddy came up? You couldn't tell because it was hecka dark, but, like, with a purple eye? That's supposed to be Golden Freddy.
I know.
And, like, I don't get why he was standing up also. He's always supposed to be slumped on the ground.
Yep. Cassidy is meant to be Golden Freddy.
Was it Cassidy, was it, what, white?
That's the girl that William killed.
I know. Is it that's his first kill? Cassidy, daughter of the
Henry, daughter of
Yeah.
Henry.
Yeah.
Wait, also, did I remember watching a is it
What
keep
basically
going?
I think what you're trying to say is in the movie they hinted towards the puppet many times, and the puppet is meant to be Cassidy reincarnated, and it kind of acts as more of like a prequel because what that happens in the games is the puppet takes the spirits that were killed by William Afton, and then the puppet puts them in the different bodies. So like it the only way it could really make sense if it was a prequel.
All we have to say is that FNAF fans out there, it doesn't follow the lore, but it's still a great movie if you're a FNAF fan.
Also, didn't they say that this is going to be Scott Cawthon's last work,
Yeah,
Mm,
but they're
unfortunately.
coming up with a
but
sequel?
hmm,
Question mark, question mark, question mark.
who knows?
Oh,
Yeah,
wait, or was the last work going to be probably the string of movies?
Maybe. I don't know why he's still making stuff. Moon's like an ultra millionaire.
How
for real.
rich is Scott Cawthon?
He made freaking like 8 games, freaking like a plethora of books, a movie. Dude's rolling in it.
Exactly.
All right, but other stuff. Yeah, the movie was pretty good. If you're a fan of FNAF and like all that stuff, it's just like a lot of fan service to people that like the games and stuff.
Yeah, it was overall it's just a good movie. I feel like knowing like the background of FNAF kind of made added onto it. So if you didn't know it, you might have not liked the movie as much. But I feel like if it was just like by itself, its own lore, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I remember a lot of people were complaining that like Mike just sleeps in it, like most of it, and it's pretty funny.
Yeah,
Like most of this movie is a dream, which is crazy.
exactly.
Wasn't that like an entire hour of the movie? Maybe like 49 minutes for handy exposition.
Yeah, and in the dream theory, which they mentioned in the book was a real thing, which was proved wrong.
Wasn't
So
wasn't it with like little disc things or whatever?
yeah,
It's weird.
because memories aren't like actually stored in your brain; they're just signals that bounce back and forth. So over time, those can just kind of decay and
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, moving on from FNAF, guys. Other things that have come out. Oppenheimer. Your
Yep.
opinions on it? Out of 10, what would you two rate it?
I give it an boom out of 10.
So, in my opinion, it wasn't the best movie, but I like it more for its like historical thing, like the history for it to it. Because the atomic bomb, it was just kind of a pretty big thing in history. Like they took little boys from being something that's not too intimidating to destroying Japan. So
Wait, no.
I'd rate it like
No.
6 out of 10.
Dang! I give it a 10. I loved it. I also love the fact that like they tease JFK as if they're making a sequel.
For real.
They're like JFK. That's the next time in history.
Oh, wait.
Also, do you think Oppenheimer's gonna be anything like Napoleon? Like in the way it's structured? Napoleon's coming out.
Yeah.
Do you think it's gonna be structured in like the same way?
Why are they starting to make so many movies about famous dead people?
They've run out of ideas. No, I'm kidding. These things
It
are
seems like it.
they've all been really good movies, I'd say. Oppenheimer was very good. I loved it. Even though it's mostly just talking, it's still
Yeah.
a great movie.
Yeah, but here's the thing with Napoleon. I'm sure it's been in the works for like a couple years. But Napoleon has been a meme on the internet more recently. And I don't think they're like, okay, Napoleon's a meme, let's make a movie about it in like a month. But at the same time,
Do you know how much money that movie's going to make in turn? Like, it's Napoleon the movie from Napoleon the meme. That meme is already pretty famous.
It's gonna be the first movie that all the French people see.
Wait, hold on. Now that's the question. Is Napoleon going to be speaking like traditional French?
There
or
ain't
is he
no way
going
they're
to be
gonna
no,
do
no,
speaking
that.
they're gonna make a French movie.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but then how will the French people understand if they don't
No,
speak
no, you're
English?
just
They'll
like
dub it over in French.
you'll just
Oh.
like no, you're just gonna be sitting there in the movie theater reading the subtitles at the bottom in English.
There's nothing we can do.
I mean, there's movies like that. I recently watched Train to Busan. The whole movie. It's a zombie movie
Oh,
set in Korea, I think, somewhere around there,
I don't know.
somewhere in Asia. But basically, it's entirely in. I think the movie is set in Korea, but it's entirely in that language, and they has subtitles on the bottom, and it's a really good movie. You guys should see it.
okay.
It's very gory though. I will say that.
Ooh. Did your parents let you watch this?
My mom watched it with me.
Oh, okay.
She wanted to watch it.
Christian's little goody two shoes.
Is
They
that
had
true, Christian? Are you a little goody two shoes?
I don't know, debatable.
Or are you
debatable.
a rock hard back boy?
What if other things have come out? Across the Spider Verse.
Let's
Oh yeah, Across the Spider Verse.
That was my favorite movie. That was my favorite movie.
Why was it your favorite movie, LJ?
Well, Christian, I really liked when the Miles from the Universe of Spider originally came from.
The Prowler.
Yeah, well, no, duh, Christian. If you see the movie, then you know. But we're
Oh
gonna
yeah,
talk.
spoilers.
Spoiler
Spoilers.
alert! Spoiler
So
alert!
you can watch it on Netflix. So what are you doing with your life? Go watch this.
You can watch both on Netflix.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So the Miles Prowler met with the Spider-Man from the universe that we got known with and acclaimed with. But wouldn't that mean that and so we know how Miguel O'Hara was talking about anomalies, and how Miles is an anomaly. Wouldn't that also mean that Peter's daughter is an anomaly? Because she was created through Miles Morales.
He was just the inspiration, so no, I don't think so.
That's
But
boring.
also, wouldn't freaking whatever Miles from the other universe that became the Prowler, wouldn't he be an anomaly?
Exactly.
Because he was supposed to be Spider-Man, but there was no Spider-Man in that universe, I don't think.
Wait, so does that mean that the Miles that we know, that not the Miles Prowler, but the Spider-Man Miles, he would have became Prowler in his universe?
No, his uncle already was.
So what would
Bruh.
the Miles Spider-Man be if the spider didn't show up?
I think it'd just be regular.
That's it.
Yeah.
But also, I feel like the universe would have like collapsed.
Yeah. It's just,
But shouldn't there be? But isn't there a spider in every universe? Like the Lego universe, which was my favorite.
yeah, that was the
because I
point.
like
'Cause
Legos.
there wasn't meant to be Miles. Because
They say
yeah.
Peter would have lived. Miguel, that's what Miguel said.
He was supposed to live.
But would he be able to stop them? Because like it took all the Spider people,
Exactly.
and like they didn't all find like Miles literally had to go to Peter's gravestone to find Peter B. Parker,
Exactly.
and that's how they found all the other Spider-Men
What? Wait, what?
in the original Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
And like Miles constantly chased down Peter B. So like, would Peter Parker even meet all the other Spider-Men?
Mm-hmm.
Man, there are women too, Christian,
There's also a Spider Pig.
and animals like the T-Rex.
Wait, wouldn't
or
that also mean that Spot is an anomaly?
Oh, he's the biggest anomaly.
Yeah, exactly.
he's the most dangerous one. Yeah.
But freaking Miguel's over there being like, "Oh, Miles, you're the problem." But
Exactly.
meanwhile, he's freaking hopping everywhere.
It's like Spot is. If it wasn't for Miles, Spot wouldn't be Spot. He'd just still be the regular old.
Nah, Peter would still throw the bagel at him. Who
But why would they be in that lab?
knows?
Mm.
Like the whole plot becomes weird when you realize that the main character would technically not exist if freaking the spider escaped.
Ah. All right. What other movies released this year?
I don't know about movies, but
Transformers? Was that this
you
year or
guys
last year?
you guys talked about that already,
Oh yeah,
and I still haven't seen it.
What are you doing with your life?
But
Don't know.
here's the thing, guys. there's some other important events that didn't just happen that are in movies. First off, Kojix and I, all three of us are in band. Kojix and I have been in band since last year, at least. Well, Kojix joined last year. I was in 2 years
Mhm.
ago. LJ also is in band this year. How's that been going?
I'm fresh meat.
They both play trumpets. I play the trombone.
Oh yeah,
I kind of want to play the guitar now.
Nerd.
I have a guitar.
I feel like the guitar is easier
Hey,
than the
during
trumpet.
break,
I don't know
hey,
about that.
during our break, I can show you my guitars.
Okay.
But yeah, LJ, how do you feel about playing the trumpet?
Trumpet is difficult. It's very hard.
No, it's not. You pleb.
Well, to me, it is. Getting the high notes and then going
Hey,
back
look,
to the
look. When
deep
you're trying to
notes
play
and
a
then
high
back
note,
to
this is
high.
what you want. You want to act like you have a golf ball in your throat.
No.
That's
I
questionable.
wonder how LJ, obviously your high notes are a lot lower than his high notes. What's your highest note you can play consistently?
I can't.
No, what's the highest note in terms of
Could you
pitch
even
that
play
you
a
can
C?
play consistently?
Well, Christian, if you were listening, I just answered the question.
No, you didn't.
LJ, you're making it seem like you literally can't play any note
See,
consistently.
now you guys are
Exactly.
confusing me.
If any note,
Oh, I can play a B.
is that the highest you can go
Uh,
with consistently?
I don't know the notes.
A B C D E
I kind of
F
forget them if I'm
G.
not doing either.
Kodrix, what's your highest note?
I can play a D, but it's like not consistently, but
LJ's in
consistently for like a long period.
LJ's in beginner band, Kodrix is in symphonic band, and I'm in symphonic and jazz.
Hmm
Kodrix should join jazz next year if he continues playing trumpet.
All three of us, we had our own. We had concerts kind of recently. Christian and I, since we're both in symphonic band, the same one to be
But LJ was sick during it. He was the one guy that was sick.
And I'm
exactly.
still in.
And our teacher called him out on it. But yeah, he called you out in the middle. He was like, unfortunately, LJ couldn't make it today.
Oh, well, screw you, dude. I thought you were top G. No, you're an L person, the L man.
But yeah,
You're so not Skibbity. You're not Phantom Tax either.
Yeah.
Don't be my Sigma.
in
Do
symphonic
not give me your Ohio. Nuh-uh.
I-
Not right here, bro.
for the symphonic segment of the concert, we played 3 songs you've never heard of, called Barrage, Clouds, and Fearsome Creatures.
Chat, what is this tomfoolery?
What did you guys play? They played LJ. LJ played some like very.
just like straight up notes for one song, and then they played some song about
It was mostly. It
flowers.
was mostly just freaking
Hot cross Pivan.
No. Well, they did play that,
Yeah.
and the crowd went wild with recognition when that was played. But they were just playing songs that involved the basics, whole notes, half notes, quarter notes even. Wow. Remember when we struggled with quarter notes? That was a time.
Now I'm a
Quarter
professional
notes are
tonguer.
easy.
Well, you have to. Well, there was a point where we struggled with tonguing the quarter notes.
How do you tongue?
Wait, so you're telling me you're playing quarter notes by stopping blowing?
I just go.
You're not that. They're not. That's not even that way. You got to use your tongue. You go.
So like you could. So like you take your tongue. You put it to the top of your teeth.
Kind of.
It's weird on trumpet.
Yeah, you guys have to do it a lot like tinier than on trombone because my my mouthpiece is like twice as big as yours. You go. But yeah, for jazz band, we played Sweet Caroline, Rock Around the Clock, and Oya Como Va, which aren't jazz songs. But next concert, our winter concert, that's gonna have jazz ballads in it. Um, I think our band director agreed that Oya Como Va was our best song that we did, even though in practice Sweet Caroline was. I think it's just because we were running out of breath by Sweet Caroline, because it was the very last song of the concert day.
No air. No breath.
LJ was being dead at home and crying and being sick.
Yeah, I was coughing a lot. I threw up. times.
Dang.
Yeah, and it only. How long did you have it for? 3 days before I made you go to the nurse, and then you got sent home. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Speaking of concerts, over like huge delay in between episodes, I went to my first concert. And I don't know how many of you guys out there are fans of rock or heavy metal, shock rock. But I went to see Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper, which was pretty cool. And then Filter, a band called Filter in Ministry, they opened for them. And yeah, the guy that was singing Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper, they take like performing super seriously. So the set was huge. There were like these big screens and stuff.
Oh, my aunt went to that.
Really? That's cool. And the one in
She went to one of the concerts, I know.
yeah,
She sent us a video of it. It looks sick.
it was yeah. For one of the songs, they had the bass guitar, and it was hooked up to these flames. So whenever the bass guitar were to play, just these huge flames were to spit out.
Dang.
Yeah,
Um,
unforgettable experience.
so another thing, we were in summer break over the previous, I guess, last season you can call it.
No?
This is
Yes,
season
we were
one
in summer break.
right?
Oh yeah.
We were in summer break when it started, and we're in school now. I'm in like none of their classes. They have some classes together. I have none with them because I take all the smart boy classes.
Christian, shut up.
No,
My
it's good.
mic was off.
No, I think it's mostly because
My mic was off.
no.
It was. I
Wait.
just turned it on.
Oh, well, they could still hear you.
Oh,
Anyway,
wait, you guys didn't hear about my concert then?
look, they heard it from this.
Okay.
All right, but yeah. I have like no classes with them, mostly because I have a different language than LJ. Are you taking French, Kodrix?
Yes.
Yeah, we just have different languages, so I'm pretty sure that's why I have like no classes with them.
Wait, LJ, you're in French too?
No, Japanese.
Say something in Japanese right now. You
Oh,
can do that.
Ohio.
What?
What does that mean?
Hello, I think. Or
Okay.
Bonjour, je m'appelle.
Bonjour, mademoiselle.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Bonsoir.
French is kind of like British, and I hate British people.
British is
Racism.
English.
Napoleon.
If you're British, I hate you.
Hey,
That's
LJ, you really gotta stop because
Huh?
your teeth look like a British person's.
dang,
You cannot be talking
dang.
with your yellow lemon on.
At least I don't got braces to fix my beaver looking teeth.
Have you looked in the mirror?
Hey, they're not as bad as yours. And I don't need a whole mechanism in my mouth to fix it. It just naturally
You have teeth
fixes.
behind your two front teeth.
Dang.
Yeah, it fixes as I grow. And your mother is a
No.
respectable woman.
All right. Hey. Anyway,
Let's talk about dogs.
what school experience?
Like dogs. You know why I like dogs?
Why?
Because they're good friends. I had a dog when I was a lot younger.
And then it died. He ate it.
No, it choked on a chicken bone.
Yeah.
It was a black poodle. Now I'm here at Kodrick's house, just petting his dog.
Weird tree.
You know, chat, it's black and white. Got a red collar, brown eyes. Pretty sure it's a Yorkshire Terrier because it has that little brown scruff on
Wait,
it.
how do you know that?
Because it has a little brown scruff on it.
Well, now
It
they can
actually
find.
is.
Now the viewers can find their IP address with that information.
Okay.
They'll go on Google Images and find our direct IP address.
Kodrick is about to become famous.
I wouldn't call it fame.
Yeah, more of stalkers.
So,
Wait, LJ's dad's gonna.
what school stories do you guys have?
Oh, God, boys, I got the most interesting story.
Oh, my dad is in another country. Oh,
Why?
work,
What country?
Germany.
Okay, but
Bro,
basically,
Kojic says those people are just like, name three countries.
okay,
Africa, Asia, and North America.
okay. It was like,
Do you guys like soccer?
suck. It was like one of those like blackest, grayest kind of days, and I was just riding to school on my BMX bike, and then I pull up behind this kid, and
Oh
he's across
no.
the stoplight from me. So like I just kind of speed up to him, and then he looks back, and then he smiles at me, and then he's like starts speeding up. So I speed up, and he speeds up, and then we get to a stoplight, right? So then we're like, we both look at each other, and then we get ready. And since he's on a mountain bike, I'm watching him set it to the highest gear. So then he just like stands up as soon as the light turns green and just like jets off. And then I like slowly get up there. And at our school, there's like this little crossing way against the sidewalk. And then he just like darts across that the sidewalk part, and it's like it happened in slow motion. This big black SUV just turns the corner and knocks him off his bike.
Wait,
And
what?
then I luckily just like pumped on my brakes in time, and I like got off my bike and walked over to him. And then the lady who hit him,
Did she sue them? I mean, no,
Comment
did
down
they?
yeah,
below if you're a female
there was
viewer.
no the only
I don't know.
I forgot the actual name of it, but he scraped up his knee like really bad. We're talking like to the bone. So they had to do a thing where they take skin from the
A
anus.
skin graft?
Yeah. And
See, Christian,
and
I
then they
am
put it on
smart.
there. And then they did press charges against her, so because mainly the bike was just wrecked. Like,
Child, who cares? He'll grow out of it. The bike.
yeah.
Not the bike! It's like that one meme. Root beer, no!
We haven't gotten it insured. The kid, oh, we have life insurance for days.
Exactly.
The bike wasn't insured.
The bike had no insurance! It's gonna be so
We'll never
expensive.
financially recover from this.
No, we're gonna be poor by $7.
Yeah, but in the end, sometimes I kind of think it is slightly my fault, but at the same time, the kid,
Why is it your fault?
because I was racing him. That was the only reason why he was going so fast. But
Well, then he should
in
have taken
reality,
out.
it was the driver because they were literally stopped completely. Then they turned the corner without like seeing a biker speeding
Wait,
down.
is that why we have to go like around?
Yeah, because of him.
Stupid kid.
Related.
So, Jix, no, LJ, once you've got hit by a car, you'll understand.
I
Co-
was almost hit by a car.
Car's just no, your freaking story of freaking, oh my gosh, I got pushed into the ground, and then I saw a car, and then I just let it roll towards me. That is not getting hit by a car.
Exactly.
That is that's you being a moron.
No, but it happens 5 times, so that has to account for something.
LJ, your stories mostly you survived because like the driver realized you were there and then they stopped. Most of these is just like the driver didn't notice and they didn't stop.
You're the type of guy in a movie to where like there'll be like an anvil falling on top of him, and he'll just look up at him, open his mouth, and be like, "No!" instead of just moving.
That's literally like every
LJ
action movie.
LJ's the guy that walks into a corner in a horror movie.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, if you're in a corner, nobody can come up behind you.
Wow. Who cares?
Then you're stuck on.
Who cares if freaking fat Jim over there is gonna try and shank me? Freaking Jason is chasing me. I'll either get robbed or die. I'd rather get robbed.
Moja musi skibidi da toilet.
But yeah,
That's on
freaking
more plastic. Stop! No!
LJ, do you have any
Stop!
LJ, do you have any school stories?
The dog is tickling my kneecap.
I
Do you
have
have
a story. I'm not.
I have a school story.
are you gonna say it?
Yes. There's currently a hummingbird eating from the feeder. My hummingbird feeder.
Chad, oh my gosh. If you could see this.
Why is your attention spans like this?
No, hummingbirds are pretty rare, and they're beautiful.
Wait, I used to have a bird feeder. They came literally all the time, like every day. I think you just scare them off.
It's like rare to actually see them there because of how fast they go there and just dip.
Nah.
Get off me, blood.
LJ, what's your story?
The blood has to get off me.
What's your story?
So one time I was in class. There was a substitute. Coach remembers this. It was during history. He, I kid you not, he went into the bathroom. He was there for the entire period. He went to the bathroom. That's the very first thing he did, and he didn't come back till the end.
Was this on like a minimum day or
No, on a regular Wednesday.
what did y'all do the whole day?
He was upset, bro.
Dude's just dying.
He had explosive diarrhea times 69.
Dude had to take off his shirt.
I was up there, feet in the air, waving.
He was.
Jeez.
Well,
Alright, anyway, I have some stories.
Ah,
There was this day, on like either the last day of August or the last day of September. There was like 5 fights in one day.
yeah.
oh.
And every time there's a fight at our school, it does the freaking stereotypical movie thing where like there's a whole crowd circle around them.
Fight.
This kid was like these two people, a girl and a guy. The guy was like freaking calling her a bunch of stuff, and then he like threw his drink at her, and bruh, she freaking fought back so hard she like broke his nose.
I was there. I saw everything. They were like right next to me. This is what happened. So he kept on calling her cup of noodles because she was Asian, and then she's like, "Stop, stop, or else I'm going to hit you." And then he's like, "You wouldn't hit me.
Was
You
he
couldn't
right?
do that.
Just
You couldn't hit
disgusting.
me." And then she's like, "Bet." And then so then he's like, "Nah." And then he throws the drink at her, and she's like just mad at this point. So what she does is she just straight up punches him straight in the nose. It's like, ooh, and it sends him to the ground.
He lost the fight in conclusion.
TKO.
And then he gets up and he's like, you, and then she's like, hit me back, I dare you. So then he tries to swing, but then she just pops him again right on the lip. And he's just down on the ground this time, and then one of her friends gives her a drink, and she just pours it on top of his head while he's sitting there.
right there.
And then he's sitting there with blood all over his face. And then he's just like, with the most shocked expression on his
Hey
face.
yo.
W woman.
Exactly.
That's right. Always defend yourself.
So yeah, after that, the reason why there's 5 fights after that is because it just got the whole school
No,
so riled.
it was so funny because right after that we had a homeroom, and I was like, while walking there, I was talking to a friend, and I was like, bruh, this all happened during like the first break. This was right after second period, and I was like, bruh, why are we fighting? That's a lunchtime activity. And then I predicted it because like
exactly.
4 other fights started. There was one in the lunchroom and in the courtyard. Freaking one guy got in like multiple fights.
Yeah, this is what was happening. So there was a fight in the lunchroom, and then there's just this massive crowd of people just fighting each other just for random reasons. It's like punching and kicking, all that stuff. And it took like both of our principals and like 2 of the security guards just to get it all shut down.
Welcome to America.
Exactly. We're surprised. I'm surprised one of them didn't have a certain object in their bag because that was a pretty big crowd. They could have just got their objective done pretty quickly.
Yeah, so much happened that day, and then it went crazy. All right, other stories. Let's see.
Oh yeah. So basically, I was in the bathroom. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like society has slowly made this like something that's not as acceptable. It's just like going number 2 in the school bathroom. So I can't really control it, and I'm a well-fed, bigger kid. So like,
That's a cap. You're like 5'2".
exactly.
Wait, 5'2".
I'm actually like taller now. I'm like 5'4".
That's a cap.
I actually am.
Ah.
Nah.
Wait, are you?
Yeah. I've been going.
So I'm like
The last time I
5'3".
went to the doctor, they were like, "Oh, wait, you're 5'3"? Stand up right now.
I'm like, oh crap.
Stand up right now.
Hold on.
Stand up.
While they're doing this, I'll
Hold
tell
on,
another
wait.
story.
Wait, no, let me finish my story. But hold on. LJ, stand up.
Yeah, let him finish his story, blood.
No, you're not 5'3".
Well, I don't know how height works.
Unless I'm 5'5", you are not 5'3".
How about you're both like 4'10"?
What? No.
Christian, you have a
Okay,
butt
I'm
chin.
sorry. But anyway,
Donkey.
so what I'm doing, I've never been messed with, except for like, the occasional kick or punch on the door. And then,
What?
yeah. But
Quaker?
then, next to
Quaker
me, the guy,
Skibbity
he
toilet.
got traumatized. Like, this is what happened. First, they're like, yo, somebody's taking a. And then they kept on, like, just getting all rowdy about it, punching and kicking his door. And then, like, one kid's like, yo, throw a jacket at him. So one kid threw a jacket at him. And he's like, yo, I got the milk. So then they chucked the milk at him. And one kid's like, yo, I have water. And he's like, dump the water over there. And then one kid, he came in, he's like, and I heard one kid just say, yo, he has the trash can. And all I heard after that was like the sound of a kid struggling to lift it, and then the flank of the trash cans is hitting the ground and bouncing. And the whole time I'm just sitting there shivering in my shoes, like, oh no, they better not come over here.
Oh no, oh no.
Bruh, they're demented. There's no dividers on the freaking. There's no dividers on the freaking urinals. There's like 6 urinals in there. 2 are only used at most.
Exactly, because this is what people would do. They'll go
Complete
in one
opposite
corner or the other
sides.
corner. Yeah. And
It-
one time, the special ed kid, we have quite a bit on our school, like respectfully.
There was
But
a whole line.
yeah,
There's lines every day because people don't want to use anything but the stalls
yeah,
and the 2 corner urinals.
yeah.
I'm a
But for
big
you guys out
remember
there, you know
these
the rule.
rules.
Like you never want to be like right next to a guy when you're using the urinal. I mean,
Chat.
everybody knows the rule. You just look straight. But
Oh look, it's a
here's
tree
the
full of
thing: I was
hummingbirds.
using it in one of my corners, and another kid was on the other corner, and then I heard the familiar voice of one of our special ed kids. And then he just kind of walks up, like, next to me. He just uses the urinal directly to me, not the one in the middle, not like just right up next to me, up close and personal. And then, like, he's so up close that he literally like bumps shoulder to shoulder. And then once he
Oh
bumps
my
into me, he
gosh.
like just looks over to see who he bumped into. And then he's like, I literally saw the transition between him just looking over and then him just looking down and just
Oh
staring
my
there.
gosh.
I'm like,
Ah, ah.
yeah,
Alrighty then.
yeah, and then he just like stood there, like, huh? And then,
Why is it so small?
and then, and then he just like had a, and no, and then he looks back, and then I only noticed this because I was walking away, but he pulled his pants down all the way and
Oh
started.
my gosh. No,
It's
wait,
just
I
like,
think I heard of that.
yeah.
He pulled his pants all the way down. Do you
And then
know?
no, and then he just like started walking around the bathroom with his pants still down, underwear and all. It was disturbing.
So you know how sometimes when you're feeling like really, when you're feeling a different way, you just take your entire bottom attire down just to use the bathroom or go pee.
No.
No,
Well,
This is a you thing, mister.
as a younger kid, I used to do that a lot.
Heck no.
Because I
no.
was really lazy. And so
That's more effort.
there was this one time.
You see him? Look at.
For context, Koji's dog just did a jump that.
He just jumped up on the fence, latched on there, and this is like the way he did it. He looked like Spider-Man.
Anyway,
Oh.
Dash protects me from
a story
falling.
I had. We had a dance not that recently, but like a couple weeks ago. And I worked it. It was fun. There was a haunted house there because it was a
The
ball
whole
dance.
dance was not even that scary.
It was scary.
No, it wasn't, Christian.
My favorite
I
thing.
wasn't scared not once.
My favorite thing. Daniel from the last regular episode and the special. The thing about Daniel is that he's freaking he's one of those people that's just like, "Oh, I'm not afraid of haunted houses," and we'll try joking with the people in the haunted house when the whole point of a haunted house is that like, oh, you go in to get scared.
Exactly.
And it was really annoying because he went up to one of them and he'd be like, "Oh, where'd you sharpen your nails?" And be like, "Bro, just shut up. It's a haunted house. Be scared." Then he was joking, and there was this person following us the whole entire time. Like you couldn't see them because they would just follow you from behind.
Uh-huh.
And they went up to Daniel very end, like right as we were about to walk out the door. They scared him, and he freaking jumped so hard, and I was so happy because he screamed hecka loud.
Yeah, I don't
How did
like
you
it.
getting scared by that? That was the least scary thing that I've ever been to.
Also, one of our friends spilled LJ's apple cider there, which is hilarious.
Yes. Oh, I won't.
Anyway, other stories.
So
Did you
basically,
pray today? Where
uh,
did that meme come from?
You.
uh, basically, one day at school, I was just kind of walking, and at our school, we had a shade structure in construction. So I don't know
No,
if
it's
this,
built now.
yeah, at the time it was in construction. And I was walking with my friend to class, and then we looked over, and then we like in the field we just saw this big old rat. I mean, enormous rat,
A New
just
York
dead
type
right
rat.
in the yeah, just like right in the lawn, just dead.
Shout
It
out to
might have
New
been a
York.
possum, cause it was like a big rat. And by the time we got to break, it was gone. But it must have gotten run over by like a semi truck. Cause dang, that thing was big.
Shout out to you, New York, with your freakishly big rats.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Seriously,
it's
you
one of
have
the
to
most
do something
populated
about
places
that.
in the
You
world.
you you can't let that slide any longer. Like I feel like somebody's gonna get bit by a giant rat and then get
You
rabies.
think they haven't already?
Well,
Exactly.
Christian, I said someone.
Wait, do we just get like a vaccine for the bionic plague every year?
Bionic?
You mean bubonic?
Bubonic?
The heck is the bionic?
Something like that, like the
It's bubonic.
yeah, bubonic,
Bubonic sounds like
the
buffoon.
bubonic plague,
And you said bionic. The robot
Exactly.
uprising.
the robot
Exactly.
plague.
Now the black plague. Do we get like a vaccine for it every year, or did they just like extract the ticks off the rats? Fine.
Well, you deal with it when it comes.
Wait, so you can still get the black plague?
No, like everybody's immune to it, I'm pretty sure, cause like freaking it wiped out like a third of Europe. And when they came to Native America, it wiped out like everybody. And so they had to just make sure that they had to just keep breeding it until it stopped affecting them.
Um, well,
Vaccines didn't exist back then. They were just like, well, Johnny's dead. Time to have another 14 children.
honey, let's get doing.
And the crowd, yo, you got the whole crowd laughing. You
Exactly.
got the whole squad laughing, Kodrick.
Exactly.
Bro, oh my god! It's the Mayo Ew! It's the Mayo long stare.
Anyway, no.
Har 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 har. Har 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 har.
How about blow up?
Har 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 har. Har har har
Alright,
har
we get it, LJ.
har.
We get it.
Har 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 har.
We get it, LJ.
Har 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 har. Alright, I'm done.
Anyway, other stories. Or what are some other things that have come out recently?
Um, games?
I recently, although it's not a new game, I've recently been playing Battlefront 2, which is a Star Wars game, and it's really fun.
Oh no, Star Wars games, they suck.
How? You ever
It's a Star Wars
you ever
game.
played Lego Star Wars?
Yeah.
That game's pretty fun.
I like Legos.
Just because it's fun doesn't mean it doesn't
Oh,
suck.
I built a Lego Infinity Gauntlet once. And a sword.
How
The
would a
sword
game suck
works.
and still be fun?
The Lego sword does work. It has the sheath and everything.
It's LJ.
Yeah.
You know about like the sword working? It has to be able to like cut things.
Yeah, I know.
It can cut things. It can stab people.
There's an inside of the sheath that you're supposed to build all around around. You use the Legos to build around.
Speaking of Star Wars stuff, a lot of Star Wars stuff has been recently coming out with all the Disney Plus shows. Mandalorian season 3, there was
Is it Mandalorian
Ahsoka.
over? And it's Ashoka. It is.
Let's not get into Star Wars.
It's
Boy,
Ashoka, Christian.
have you seen the Clone Wars cartoon? They say Ahsoka, and that's where she originated, bud.
Well, they're wrong.
The creators of Ahsoka is apparently
Show her. Say it.
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka. Ashoka.
Ahsoka.
It is not
Isn't there an
Ashoka.
S in there?
Ahsoka.
There's an S in there.
Yeah, that's what this is.
Is the S silent? Oh my god.
I
Why
think
is
LJ
it
forgot the
so
alphabet. I
confusing?
think
Oh,
LJ forgot the alphabet. LJ, what is the first letter in snake?
Snake S.
boys.
Alright,
Hey,
now what is the third letter? What is the second letter in Ahsoka?
Ahsoka
boys.
S.
Boys.
Kill yourself, Precious. Oh
What
crap,
is
I'm
it?
sorry, I'm sorry.
Is the S silent?
Okay, boys. I don't know if you guys have heard
Christian,
about.
go get my croc. You threw it.
No.
Yes.
You guys don't know the context. LJ was being annoying and interrupting like our fifth take of this.
That's Cap. That's why. It was all this dude.
Okay,
This dude
that
with the
LJ.
future bowl
Shut your
cut.
big mouth.
Thanks, Christian.
Exactly. Wait, what
Go on with your story, Kodrix.
Oh, so I don't know if you guys have heard about this. It happened in 2004 in a town called Granby, Colorado.
Okay,
You
keep
guys
going.
know what I'm talking about?
No.
No, let him cook. Let him cook.
In 2004, in the town of Granby, Colorado, the town was absolutely terrorized by this monstrous vehicle. Well, I don't even
Vehicle?
vehicle.
Kodrix, you never. Why can't you pronounce English? Yo,
You mean
and
vehicle?
the year is 1910, and right now the brand new steam-powered vehicle. Vehicle.
Vehicle. Vehicle.
Anyways,
Okay,
in
anyways.
2004, in Granby, Colorado, the town was terrorized by vehicles. Or I don't even know if that fits it because it was just a monstrous thing. And and the story behind it is there's a man named Marvin Heemeyer. And Marvin bought a property, right? And just as he had bought that property, the things from towns just kept on going from then on. The sewer line that it turns out it wasn't hooked up to any. So there's a sewer line closer to him that only cost a couple $1,000s to connect to, but they wouldn't let him connect. So he would have to connect to the city sewer line, which would cost him around $80,000. So until he did that, they kept on finding him $100 a day, and they didn't let him run a muffler shop that he owned. So the same day, or not, he wrote a check to the town, and then the bank teller said that it wouldn't work because apparently he had made a signature. So in Marvin's mind, these are just small things that the town was doing just against him. And then the property right next to him was bought by a concrete company, and they started building a concrete plant. And he voted against it. He said, "No, it will just I don't want it. It just affect the town in a negative way." But they still built it, and all this stuff just added up to him in his mind to where he thought, I can't do this. I can't. So,
So how does this have to tie back to the
so then
vehicles?
he tried to sue them, but after he had put years and thousands of dollars into his lawsuit, the town council just dismissed it. All that money had gone to waste. And
Oh,
by this time,
imagine
Marvin was just done with it. So what he
Marvin.
decided to
There's
do?
always one escape. Just saying.
So what he decided to do was he'd take his Komatsu bulldozer that he had that he had bought before.
Where the
What is
bulldozer
that?
come
Where did
from?
this? How did it just materialize? This is like a dude install. This is like a dude sucking at a game and then just installing mods.
So he decided to take his Komatsu bulldozer that
These
he had.
dang taxes.
And he figured
These
he
skippy
would have
toilets.
to fight back himself. So he bought a 50 caliber rifle and he took several tons of steel and concrete. And then what he did is he took half-inch steel, 2 players, and poured concrete right down the middle. And it created these massive armor plates that were almost impenetrable. So he made this homemade crane in it. And then the day that
Rain? Well, how big are we talking?
it was kind of like, in auto shops how they have
Kojic,
those
you've been
things.
watching way too many YouTube video
It's a real
essays.
story. Oh
You've
yeah,
been watching way
I
too
forgot
many
to
video
I forgot
You
essays.
to say.
watch too much of Mad
Oh
Max.
yeah, I forgot to say this is a true story, by the way. And
What? What? I thought you were making this all up. It sounds like it.
the day had come that he thought, I have to do this. There's no way. In his eyes, God was telling him to do it. Like they were blurring people's mind from seeing it and finding out about it, and he just had to. God was telling him to do it. So on that day, he put all those armored plates and he welded them to the bulldozer. And then he took cameras, attached them, and put bulletproof glass and compressed air. So if any dust were to get on them, he could blow it off. And he climbed up in there and he used the crane to just lower down the last piece on top of the bulldozer and welded himself in. So now he's in the bulldozer, which is just fueled to the max. So he is ready to do it. So
To the
first off,
max?
he breaks
Mad
right
Max?
through the wall of his muffler shop. And then he goes straight to the concrete company. He starts destroying everything. And originally, the owner of the concrete shop, they knew it was him because he didn't want the concrete plant there. But what they originally thought is that it was remote controlled and he had to be up on the hills. But what they thought to do instantly was take one of their giant scrapers and try to flip it over. And this is where the first altercation happened. So the owner drove the scraper right into the side and got underneath its tread. And when it tried to flip it over, it couldn't. The bulldozer weighed over 60 tons. Marv took one of his 50 caliber rifles straight out from the bulldozer and shot at the scraper.
I thought he was welded everything in.
Yeah, and there's a bullet. There's a hole for the rifles.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, and he shot him. Luckily, it only hit the blade of the scraper, so the driver was unharmed. But he had destroyed the concrete
This is
plant.
giving a lot of Mad Max road
Okay, shut
scary
up.
energy. Have you ever seen Mad
Shh,
Max?
shh, 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 shh.
Okay, I'll save that for another time.
Then his next thing was the concrete plant's owner. They went to one of the old houses. He went to one of the old house from them, and he just destroyed it. Absolutely destroyed it. And by this time, they knew where he was gonna go. By the time, because of how slow he's going, and they knew who, in his mind, thought had wronged him. They knew he was gonna go to the city hall and the bank. So what he did is, as he was riding to the bank, he looked down and he saw a gas company. Okay, so then he drove down the cliff from there, right? and then he tried to shoot out the 50 caliber rifles at some propane banks to just blow everything up. But I'm not gonna lie, kind of luckily, his gun malfunctioned.
This dude's a terrorist.
Exactly.
This dude's actually a terrorist.
His statement worked.
I'm gonna,
The gun functioned.
bro.
okay?
When taxes become too much for anybody, he
then-
blows up the town.
So
His
it
very-
didn't help. It didn't work. So he had to turn back up, and as he was going up, he looked and he saw one of the They took a construction vehicle and they tried to block it off. So Marv, knowing that his bulldozer was capable of just doing it full speed, and there's video footage of it, it just cranks up that hill and just pushes that
What's the
thing
name of the
like
video
it's
footage?
nothing. It's a such a killdozer. That's what it's called.
Bulldozer?
Yeah.
That sounds like a movie about a killer bulldozer.
There is a movie called Killdozer.
Oh
It's
my
not,
God.
it's separate. And then he's and then off to the town hall he is. So he just destroys that and the police station inside of it. Okay? Then he goes down to the bank and just destroys that front wall completely. And then the same family that owns the concrete plant, they own a shop, a hardware store, and he knows. He's like, okay, I'm gonna destroy as many buildings as I can. So he just goes, and right as he's approaching the store, the engine starts to overheat. You can see the black smoke coming off. It just couldn't handle all the stuff. So he knows that it's overheating, because in his logs, there's just smoke everywhere. He couldn't see. And you can see in the video of the helicopter footage of it, once that smoke starts, he just can't see. So he's just like ramming into buildings side to side. And then once it starts to clear, he's right there. So he rams into the front a couple times and backs out, and backs out, and then goes to the side of the building. Okay? And any of the town's members knew that on the left side of the basement,
All the explosives
where
were
he
there.
was, that's where the basement was. So he just rides there, destroying the buildings, right along that wall. When his right tread gets stuck, right then Marv knew it was it. Like he couldn't do anything; he was just floated in there. So he took a small handgun and just shot himself.
What was the point of telling this?
It's cool.
That is so off topic.
It's insane. He cool.
My guy, he built a tank. He really built.
Yep.
Dude was living real life battle bots.
He saw what happened on a certain day at a certain time involving a certain three things, multiple things.
Why didn't he just move? Sell the house.
He saw what happened on that day and on those certain things, and he was like, I want to replicate that, but on a much smaller
Dude is like
scale.
the Rhino from Spider-Man. I like running the walls.
a mean one.
The
All right,
Rhino,
but that's
they're
all.
really
That's all we have
explosive,
time
big
for,
guns.
guys. This is the end of our first, I guess, season 2 episode of the Polecast.
To episode 1, subscribe, and we might go to season 7.
Leave a comment on
Season
the video.
8,
Help us do better.
100 years running
Goodbye,
long.
everybody. And by the way,
so long
some
that,
final-
the end.
some
it's gonna be
some
crazy.
final
We're
words.
running so
Only in
long.
Colorado.
Running so long. It's gonna be running so long. 18 seasons, 69 seasons, 421 seasons. So